Yeah, man. All right.
All right, and three, two, one, click.
Lick.
All right, welcome everybody. This is I don't know, tandem tutorial. Two of us. You have to put up with both of us. This is this is a scene I sent over to Calvin to play around with shaders, and he's showing off all the lights I did. So,
Yes.
and I'm going to point out over here, I name everything now because I learned that from a tutorial. That get into that habit right away. Name things. Because when you start
Yes.
doing huge projects and you've got 50 cubes out there and they're all called cube, what are you going
You
to do?
start going, oh,
Oh,
darn.
I should have named it. Oh, where is it? Oh, it's hidden here, and you've got things on 10 different layers. Ugh. So right
Yeah.
now we're not doing the editing or anything like that. We're going to try to help people understand how to play around more with Blender. And right now you're messing with, I think, just diffuse with like roughness. Yeah.
Showing you how, yeah, starting off with how to diffuse looks in the rendered mode
Yeah.
with the reference.
And for those who don't know, so you don't crash your whole system, we do Control B around the camera, and it only renders the camera area. That saves a
Yes.
lot of time. So yeah, roughness
Tremendous
and
amounts.
glossy on the diffuse. Okay. Now anything that you've noticed,
Well, no glossy yet, just a
yeah,
reference.
I'm just telling you if there's anything that you've noticed as you're doing this that we can pass along. Because I'd like to rather do an experiment tutorial than do this happens. We'll do
Well,
that
one
some
of the
other day.
major things that I've noticed is that with the roughness on 1 or maximum for the diffuse, there's a little bit of a shininess around the edges of the shape. So that's where all the little fireflies show up most often.
Yeah, I got that clamped down though.
Yeah.
We'll cover that some other. You have fun figuring that out. I'm not going to. Okay.
And
All
this is
right.
showing the reflectiveness of the glass. Or I should say Blender's version of glass, since real glass is a little different.
Yeah. Yeah, there are some great tutorials on that. Oh, that looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
It almost looks like
This
a
is just
golf ball.
showing how
Yeah.
an object looks next to it. And you can also use Control B inside of the camera's view, like I'm about to do in like 2 seconds. Boom.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
I've never done that, so that'll speed things up.
Ta-da.
Yeah, anybody who's done a lot of where they want to check out the rendering, there's nothing more painful than trying to wait God knows how long.
Yeah, 5 minutes just to
Yeah.
get 30 samples.
Yeah.
Or it to get to 30 samples, I should say.
I've had it take like 9 minutes for one frame.
And this is showing the different values that the IOR
Yeah.
does, from
The
negative to
incident,
0 to 1 to 5.
your incident of reflection, I think. Can't remember the actual. Basically controls how, and I think this is what people don't understand about Blender. Blender is actually a light program. I know we can sculpt and model with it, but it's how we see is light. So this is a light program. So it tries to understand how does light bounce. Yeah, that's a lot of grainy, but I've got the render turned down a lot.
Yeah, it looks less grainy the more samples there are,
Yeah.
to the point where it's little fogginess. It'll actually
All right.
look really great with like 120 samples
Yeah. Well, I
and
turned all that
denoising.
off. I had it with the other method.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, I turned off the samples so I can manually change it. So I turned the diffuse up, but I turned a lot of other things down because I wasn't expecting glass and glossy.
Okay. Well, this is showing the
uh,
similarities between glass with maximum roughness and the diffuse. Even though it's a little darker, they have the same sort of characteristics.
yeah, yeah, that looks like a gray diffused. Well, heck, if that's the case, you can just ignore doing glass in that stage.
Yeah.
Glossy, I love glossy.
Yes.
Two glossies and an add shader, you can have a lot of fun with that.
Uh-huh.
Now, are you going to get to any type of add or mix shaders in this one? Or
That's
is
a little
this
bit closer to the end.
okay? Oh, that looks nice.
Mix shader. This is just me taking out a plane and rotating a 3D object, so
Yeah,
yeah. The reflectiveness of the glossy is actually better than the glass's reflectiveness because you don't really see that many of the fireflies, as they're
yeah,
called.
yeah. And this is actually what I want people to get, hopefully to encourage, especially if you're new, is to do just this. Split your screen from up that top little corner. Just split your screen. Pull up your nodes. Ah, transparent. It went away.
It's like, oh, gee, transparent makes it
I,
transparent. Who
yeah.
knew?
Until corners. I've noticed sometimes with transparency that sometimes corners will actually still create a shadow.
Well,
Yeah. Translucent. I
and
like that one.
something to be noted with the translucent. As you can see on the plane, there's just the slightest
Yeah.
tinge
It's still
of the
coming through.
color.
Yeah. Yeah. Mix shader. I love mix
Yeah.
shader, especially with layer weight and light paths. So what are you doing?
Yes.
Are you gonna smash
Going
together
to
a couple
put
glossies
in
or?
no a glossy and a transparent.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's great if you love keyframing. This is where you want to live.
As you see, it's completely glossy. That's because the vector and the mix shader is set to 0.
Yeah.
So I
So
changed the colors to make it more obvious.
yeah. So 0 would be your top shader, and full is the bottom, and then that number is just a mixture of the both. Oh, that looks nice.
Yes.
That looks kind of nice. Ooh, there you go.
And all the way up. There you go. You so-called transparent doesn't seem so transparent.
Well, because you told it to be red.
Yes.
Yeah, you can still see how it gives like the rest of the screen or the floor a red tinge.
Yes, that can be
Yeah,
used to a lot of advantages,
I can
believe it or
imagine that.
not.
I can imagine that.
Yes.
Where are we on time? Okay, we're getting ready to wrap up. So to encourage new people, what would to me just doing something like this, pick a shader, load it up, and then just start playing around with the settings just to see what it looks like. Uh, I don't know. I think you'll probably learn the most from just that. What do you think?
Literally. Except the only complicated ones, which will soon have their own video, don't worry.
Yeah.
The complicated ones, they have their own tutorial videos, and it's done expertly well, but that's only for that specific result.
Yeah. Which sometimes is a very good thing because oh gee, I can't remember the name of that shader. I
What?
I can't remember it looked like a control panel for an airplane, man. It just had tons of
Oh,
options. I can't remember the name of it. That's one of those things where, yeah, you want to find a tutorial where some guy covers that. And that's what they're going to cover is just how to use that.
yes,
Because some
spending
of
an
them are too
entire
complicated.
hour just
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, it's just too complicated just to go, oh, well, just connect this. Okay, well, why? If you can't answer yourself why, you're not going to really learn much in Blender other than, well, every time I do this, it's because they said so. No. I like the
No.
tutorials like CG Geek, Blender Guru, and the Tutor for You because they actually say, this value changes this, and they show you. Kind of like what you're
Yes, and then
doing.
you go, oh,
Yeah, so that way it's like, oh, so that's what that means. That's where I learned half the side objects and the filmic or whatever the case may be because somebody was talking about this is why I do it. Or this is why, or if you do it,
yes,
this is what happens. I'm like, oh, okay, all right.
yeah.
Any last minute bits or tips
Um,
for, because I know
hmm.
you got some friends that might do Blender. So you want to give a shout out to anybody, let me know.
Well, most importantly, if you put a normal shader into anywhere but the surface, your shape will just appear as a flat black
Yeah.
outline.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess this is
See
me and
ya.
that's him.
Hey,
Hey, and we will
hey.
catch you guys on the next time around. Signing out.
All right.